Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be here. I hope everyone is great today. My name is Danielle Garrett, and I am a AI consultant and educator. I have been teaching adult education for over 10 years now, as well as project consulting in the implementation of EHR assignments. Today, we are going to talk about how AI can help adult educators. We're going to talk about using AI to support andragogy, accessibility, and instructor efficiency. And I'm so excited of the things that I've learned of how I can implement AI on my job as well. And I'm excited to share those with you. So, one of the challenges we have, and let's talk about some of the challenges we have in adult education. Let's talk about, for example, review sheets. Students frequently ask for comprehensive review materials before exams to prepare effectively. But that's fair. I know all the time my students were always like, Miss Danielle, are we going to get a review sheet? Can we get a review sheet? And you want to give them a review sheet, but it takes time going through the test and making sure you're letting them know every key component that they need to know, every key word. But you also want to make sure that you're doing that without compromising the academic integrity. So instructors want to help without compromising exam security or giving away answers. Those time constraints is what I just talked about. It limits time, prevents instructors from creating custom study support for each assessment. So a lot of times, sometimes we just don't have the time to create a review sheet for every quiz, every test, every exam, especially making sure that we're not compromising any type of academic integrity. We also need to make sure that we're meeting a diverse needs. Accessibility requirements vary widely across adult learners with different backgrounds. So when we are um, creating test exams, review sheets, we want to make sure that we're meeting those diverse needs. And unfortunately, sometimes that doesn't happen because of the time constraints. Awareness gap. Let's talk about that. Many instructors are unaware that AI can support this process ethically and effectively. So that's where I'm here to show you today of how we can use AI to bridge some of those gaps, cut out some of those time constraints, create those review sheets for the teach instructor. I'm sorry, for other instructors, you may be a program manager, you may want to be creating review sheets for your instructors, or if it's just for the students. But we also want to make sure that we're maintaining academic integrity. So, traditional review sheets, common but limited. I can tell you this is an example of a review sheet that I used to use. Very basic. What does POL need to obtain before performing any low complexity tests? No progress notes, and when do we do them? Know about wave tests, very basic, right? And we're talking about adult learners who already have a lot of things on their plate. So was very basic review sheets that I used to provide, but that was all I had time to do. Okay, so it required textbook dependency, was heavy reliance on textbooks and class notes without synthesis um, for the students. Cognitive overload, high cognitive load for adult learners, balancing work and study habits. Limited accessibility, minimal support for diverse learning needs and accommodations, and time intensive. Revising and updating materials is labor intensive for instructors. So this was not working across the board for either, for whether it's student facing or faculty facing. So what if I told you that we can use AI to do this? Yes. And no, without compromising any answers. So these are the steps that we would walk through, turning the exam into a review sheet without us having to do the legwork. So using AI as your instructor assistant, okay? Not replacing any jobs, we're just using it to assist us. So what we would do is upload the exam. Instructor provides existing exam. We're going to have AI do an analysis. Then AI will then generate the guide, create structure, student-facing review guide, and also continuing to maintain integrity, which is key. Okay, so that's one of the things we want to make sure is that we're maintaining that integrity. So again, upload exam. Instructor provides existing exam document to the AI tool. The AI is going to analyze concepts and learning objectives, not answers. And then the AI will create structured student-facing review guide and maintain that integrity. So how do we do that? With prompts. basic prompts. And I don't want to say basic prompts as far as like, oh, you're just going to type in 2 words, because you do want to be a little bit detailed to make sure that you're getting the output that you want. So your input in needs to be as good as the output out that you want. Okay, so garbage in, garbage out. We want to make sure that we're doing the right prompts. But this right here is a snapshot of what the prompt looks like. So and I did two different tests here. Okay, so your concept-based review. This is just I don't want to say basic review sheet, but it's, let's say, review sheet A, option 1. So one of the part of the prompts would be analyze this exam and create a concept-based review sheet organized by topic. Focus on learning objectives and key concepts. Do not include answer or solutions. Okay. And so then there's another option that I work with. So this is going to provide a little bit more detailed information for the students. This is an enhanced with glossary. So let's just say you may have a trainee or student who maybe they're on an IEP, maybe they are having some problems with not passing tests, and you need to provide additional support. Then this would be the prompt for that review sheet. Or you may just want to use this review sheet across the board for all of your students. So it's add a student-friendly glossary with clear definitions of key terms to support accessibility and comprehension for adult learners with diverse backgrounds. Okay. And then this third one over here, this is a demo. If we have time, we'll get to it. But in my field, I used to have to create a skills checklist for competencies that the students would have to do. And after mapping all of that out, which AI can help with that too, after mapping it all out with the accreditation process, we would have to create a spreadsheet and outline and define which skills the students will be doing during the boot camp or lab. Okay, then take that same information and create a student-facing document so the students can also have a tracker and check list. That is something that AI can help with as well. So if we have time, we'll get to that as well. If not, then I will see you in the next session when we will cover that. Okay, so let's look at this is a snapshot of what it looks like after AI has analyzed everything. We have key features here, organization, topic organization, the learning outcomes. Again, there's no answers. Adult friendly and maintains rigor. Do you see that? Look at this. This is what AI has spit out based on what I had a few slides ago. A few slides ago, this is what my review sheet looked like that I used to produce for the students. And this is what they will now get. Provider office, laboratory, PR requirements. There's the bullets. Students should be able to explain these things. Progress notes. Students should be able to explain these things. It's no longer leaving. And so even though I would give those students those review sheets, they would still come back to me. Well, Danielle, Miss Danielle, what does that mean? Miss Danielle, what does that mean? This answers those questions. Okay. This is what option 2 looks like with the glossary. Okay, so and I'll probably show that to you when we get into chat, so you can see how it actually provides the glossary terms. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's take a quick dive into the AI tool that I'm going to be using today is ChatGPT. There are other ones. You can use Claude and use the same prompt and see what output it gives you, and you can decide for yourself which one you like. But the one that we'll be using today will be ChatGPT. Okay. So let's get into chat, and I'm going to share the prompt with you. So this is a longer, detailed prompt. Put that in the chat. And so if you already have a test with you, an exam, you can go ahead and upload that when we're going through the steps, or I will provide you one if you want. So it says we're going to give ChatGPT a persona. Okay, we're going to give it a role. We're going to give it some job duties, some descriptions of what it needs to do. So it says let me increase my screen so you can see it a little bit better. You are an instructional design assistant. Instructional design assistant didn't say it's taking over the role of an instructional design. You are an instructional design assistant specializing in adult education and ADA accessibility learning materials. Analyze the uploaded exam or test and generate a concept-based review sheet using the following required format. So again, this is a template, so you can add in your test name here. And I'm just going to I'm going to add in exam prep. And we're doing option one again, which is the base review sheet that doesn't have the glossary. So you can either keep it as option one or you can name it because this is what's going to be printed out for your students. You can name it, let's just say A, and then the other one will be B. So introduction, brief purpose statement, 1 to 2 sentences, explicit note that answers included. For each topic or exam section, use numbered headings in order concepts appear on the exam. Use heading format. Students should be able to provide 3 to 6 bullet points per section. Focus on concept, skills, understanding. Do not include answers. Do not include sample questions. Do not include hints tied to specific exam items. And then accessibility requirements. We want to make sure that it's plain language, clear headings, bullet list only, so no dense paragraphs. And this helps so it is screen reader friendly structure. Okay. Do not add the glossary and do not combine topics. Preserve academic integrity at all times. Remember, this is our option A, so we don't want that glossary in there right now. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's get let me find a test for you. And so we can pull that up. Give me 1 second here. Okie dokie. We have, here we go. Let's start with this one right here. So this is just an old practice test that I used to provide um, for students to practice on their certification exam. Okay, so let's see. So let me also give you that as well. So I will drop that here in the chat in case you don't have a test available and you can use that. And so I have my chat name, so it's Link or Chaz, depending on which mode I'm talking to. So you see there it shows where the exam has been uploaded. Then it says title, exam prep review sheet A, concept based. Introduction. This review sheet supports concept mastery, skill readiness for exam module 1. No answers are included to preserve academic integrity. So it's letting us know right there, no answers are included, okay? Students should be able to understand confidentiality, physician-patient relationship. That's question number 1. Students should be able to identify examination techniques, and it's giving those bullets. And just to let you know, in case you're wondering, like, well, how do we know? This is the test here. So, which of the following best describes information gained as a result of physician-patient relationship? Is that not what they're talking about right here? Students should be able to understand confidentiality, physician-patient relationship. Which of the following examinations is performed to assess knee reflex? Okay. Now it's going on talking about identify physical examination techniques, distinguish among inspection, palpation, precaution, auscultation, mensuration. It's giving them the terms. Okay. And I know myself, I would always tell my students, whenever you see the terms, you need to make sure you know all of them. If all of the key terms are listed in the review sheet, you should know them. And it's giving it to them right there. Okay. So we no longer have to dig through and take that time up that could be used elsewhere. Okay. This is your AI acting as your academic instructional design assistant. Now let's look real quickly of what it looks like if we was to do prompt 2. And for sake of time, I'm not going to worry about putting in that title. I'm going to drop this in here for you. There you go. And I'm going to drop it. And I'm going to say, I'm going to use my dictate button. Using the same exam provided, please follow the instructions for this prompt. Just simple like that. And I'm going to drop the prompt. Everybody with me? Okay, great. All right. And so as we see here, it has the same key concepts, the same test questions, but when we scroll down, it's generating. So when we scroll down, you'll see here, let me scroll back up real quick. Again, no answers are included, but it tells you right here, a plain language glossary is provided at the end to support accessibility, comprehension, and what? Screen reader use. That's that ADA accessibility. Okay, let's get it. And here we go. And if we wanted to, we could actually revamp the prompt to say, hey, we want the key glossary terms to be at the top. Okay, so the students don't have to like drag down to the bottom to see it. That could be an option as well. This is AI at its best, y'all. AI at its best. Helping us out. Helping us out. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. It doesn't get any better than this. How you guys doing? What did it come up? Did it come up for you? Yes. Okay. So we don't have the time today to go through what it would do for us with the spreadsheet. But as I said, this is what it would look like right here. If we drop that spreadsheet into chat, it is going to shoot out that list for us. Okay. Awesome. I can't tell you how awesome that is and how much time it took away from me. So, some key takeaways: intentional implementation. AI supports adult learning principles when used intentionally and aligned with andragogical best practices. Accessibility and rigor. Accessibility and academic rigor can coexist. AI helps create materials that support all learners. Keyword all learners. Efficiency without compromise. Instructors save valuable time without compromising educational standards or integrity. And human guided AI. AI works best when guided by human expertise, pedagogical knowledge or andragogical knowledge, and professional judgment. So again, this is our assistant. We still would need to go in and overlook everything to make sure that there's no maybe sometimes acronyms. You have EHR, you have PHP, you have PMP. Some of the things mean different things across the board. So you would still go in and do your due diligence to making sure that everything aligned perfectly. Okay. However, that is less work than what you have to do going in creating this whole review sheet over and over again, chapter and chapter and chapter. Thank you. That is my time. You all have a great day and be blessed.